Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Hello there, good evening and a warm welcome to the 9 p.m. news of the most prestigious channel in Sri Lanka, bringing news stories from across the globe and stories here at home. I'm Sonal Parliamentary.
A very good evening indeed. I'm Sharifah Tahir. Let's take a look at the headlines.
An extensive investigation on the ice narcotics recovered at Kirinda. 7 taken into custody along with 329 kilograms of drugs. It has been revealed that the World Bank aid for development in estate sector misused during the last government. Progress of the Ministry of Digital Economy to be reviewed. Sum of 2,000 million rupees from 2026 budget to promote foreign employment sector. Creating a professional media person of responsibility and accountability a necessity, says the Prime Minister. Military specialists request Ukrainian government to withdraw its forces since Russia is about to encircle a strategic city in Ukraine.
We now move on to those and other stories in detail, taking a look at local news first. In a raid conducted at the Kirinda area by the Colombo Crime Division early this morning, a haul of 329 kilos of ice narcotics has been taken into custody. 7 suspects have been arrested in connection with the incident. Police said that 7 vehicles have also been taken into custody. The suspects are residents of Colombo and southern areas. The raid was conducted on an information received by the Director of the Western Province North Crime Division, ASP Rohan Olugala. He inspected the seized stock of narcotics and the vehicles. ASP Southern Province Kitsiri Jailat says that 7 vehicles that came to transport ice narcotics to Colombo were taken into custody. This is the first time in the recent history that all the narcotics brought to the country and all the relevant vehicles were taken into custody. Police media spokesman ASP Woodler says that as a result of the mission started on the 13th of October this year, 108 kilograms of heroin and 260 kilos of ice have been seized. By the raid conducted today, police has been able to take up to 600 kilograms of ice into custody so far.
Former Minister Prasanna Ranatunga, who was taken into custody by the Bribery Commission, has been released on bail as per the order by the Colombo Magistrates Court. It has been ordered to release him on a bail of 100,000 rupees and 2 personal bails of 5 million rupees each. Former Minister Prasanna Ranatunga was taken into custody in the morning today when he visited the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption in order to record a statement. He has been taken into custody in connection with an irregularity committed while acquiring medical insurance from Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation for the employees of 4 institutions under the Ministry of Tourism in 2021. According to the communique issued by the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption, despite the ability to acquire those insurance directly from the Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation, he had linked My Insurance Brokers, a middleman's company, for this purpose. He has been alleged of causing a loss to Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation by paying a sum of 4,750,828 rupees and 72 cents to the aforesaid company. The complaint will be taken up for hearing on the 16th of January. President's Counsel, appearing on behalf of Daisy Forrest, grandmother of Yoshida Rajapaksa, son of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa, told the Colombo High Court today that the continuation of an indictment paper in the court against her is baseless since she was suffering from dementia and other illnesses. This notification was delivered when the case against the Anti-Money Laundering Act was taken in the presence of Colombo High Court Judge Justice Udesh Ranatunga. Defendants Yoshida Rajapaksa and Daisy Forrest appeared on the court. The judge, taking into consideration the facts presented, ordered the case to be taken up for hearing again on the 26th of this month in order to inform the stand of the complaint regarding the second defendant. The principal and the other suspect taken into custody along with heroin in Anuradhapura has been remanded until the 26th of this month as per an order of the Tambuttegama Magistrates Court.
Minister Samantha Vidyaratna revealed in the Parliament today that the World Bank aid provided for the development of estate sector had been misused by the previous government. The minister made this observation in reply to certain allegations by the opposition members regarding the allowance given to estate workers by the budget this year. Minister Samantha Vidyaratna said that the estate workers of this country are undergoing injustice and malnutrition. When the government was taking efforts to provide a sum of 200 rupees, it was also obstructed, and certain quarters are trying to take legal action by creating stories in media regarding the provision of government money to companies. During the tenure of the previous government, a World Bank loan was received related to the ASMP project, and those funds were directed by the government towards the development of plantation sector, and the loan is still being repaid. The funds were given to an institution called Anoma Agro Bent Products, which is an institution owned by the wife of former Minister of Primary Industries, Daya Gamage. A sum of 14.95 million rupees has been given in this instance, and another 8.2 million rupees has been given to the son of the secretary to the ministry, Pandula Vikramarachchi, and another sum of 18 million rupees was given to the wife of former Minister Roshan Ranasinghe, and a sum of 18 million rupees to former Navy Commander Basanta Karannagoda. A sum of 37.5 million rupees has also been given to DGPJ Senaviratna, the son of former Minister Lakshman Senaviratna. Another sum of 48.1 million rupees was given to the institution of Mahinda Amaravira's brother named Suhada Enterprises. It is difficult to understand as to why objections are being raised when a sum of 200 rupees is given to innocent estate workers.
Discussion on reviewing this year's progress of the Ministry of Digital Economy was held at the ministry yesterday under the patronage of President Anura Kumara Dissanayake. The future programs of the digital development projects belonging to the Sri Lanka Telecommunication Regulatory Commission, Department of Registration of Persons and GovTech Private Limited, those come under the purview of the ministry were discussed at this meeting. Delays and disruptions in implementing digital policies in these institutions and the importance of taking quick decisions to solve these problems were stressed at this meeting. The President stated that it is essential to establish a strong base for these investments with regard to digital economy, which is the prime factor of the next year's budget. Concerns were also raised on the measures that should be taken to develop telecom towers island-wide and other digital infrastructure facilities. It was also discussed to expedite the project Communication to Village and establish 500 telecom towers within a period of 3 years, issuing national identity cards without delay, streamlining the digital ID project, and several other matters were also discussed. Deputy Minister Eranga Veeraratna and many others were present at this occasion. The Sri Lankan government's latest budget indicates that the authorities remain committed to reducing government debt and GDP over the medium term after beating their targets in the 2025 budget. Fitch Ratings believes sustained strong revenue performance will remain key to the meeting of government's fiscal goals. The budget unveiled on the 7th of November targets a deficit of 5.1% of GDP in 2026, wider than the 4.5% that the government expects in 2025. The original deficit target for 2025 in last year's budget was 6.7% of the GDP, but in March, the IMF projected a lower figure of 5.4%. The latest budget forecasts the primary balance before interest payments will remain in a surplus at 2.5% of GDP in 2026, down from an expected 3.8% in 2025, but still above the 2.3% target under Sri Lanka's IMF program. The government aims to reduce the fiscal deficit to 3.8% of GDP by 2030 under its medium-term fiscal framework. Continuing to meet the key fiscal markers laid out in the IMF program would help the authorities to improve Sri Lanka's policy-making record. Macroeconomic stability would also benefit. The official budget deficit projection for 2026 is wider than the 4.6% of GDP that we anticipated when we affirmed Sri Lanka's rating at CC+ in October 2025, and the primary surplus is marginally lower. However, the effect on Sri Lanka's debt trajectory could be more than offset by the overperformance in 2025, when we had expected a budget deficit of 5.4% and primary surplus of 2.4%.
The government has taken a host of decisions by the budget this year to promote the foreign employment sector. A sum of 2,000 million rupees has been earmarked for this purpose. The highest net foreign exchange origin of the country is the remittances of Sri Lankans employed abroad. A number of benefits have been proposed by the government by the budget of this year, which include housing loans at a concessionary interest rate, a pension scheme and other proposals. As an initial step, a sum of 2,000 million rupees has been allocated for this purpose from the funds of the Foreign Employment Bureau. A post-budget discussion 2026 was held at the National Chamber of Commerce Auditorium in Colombo yesterday. This event has been organized by the National Chamber of Commerce of Sri Lanka.
The budget was prepared in the context of achieved stability. So that's why we have seen a very comfortable background context for with this budget. In fact, this comfortable situation also highlight that some of the IMF target that we have set and the performance have exceeded those targets also in certain cases, and it's a very impressive achievement of stability. So during the last couple of years, what we have achieved, and it has made us to stand today to prepare a budget which is aimed at not only for welfare oriented spending but also development related issues.
Well, moving on to more news, and yes, taking a look at what we have on the table. It is definitely a proud moment for us. 2025 Presidential Media Awards function was held at the Nelumpokuna Theatre in Colombo on a grand scale.
And the National Television was able to win a number of awards pertaining to television is among them, and in a unique feature, the news division of the National Television won 3 awards.
ප්‍රශස්ත ප්‍රවෘත්ති ඉදිරිපත් කිරීම සිංහල මාධ්‍ය සඳහා වූ 2025 ජනාධිපති මාධ්‍ය සම්මානයෙන් මෙවර පිදුම් ලබන්නේ ජාතික රූපවාහිනියෙහි ප්‍රවෘත්ති ඉදිරිපත් කිරීම වෙනුවෙන් ශමින්ද ගුණරත්න සහ RM ශිරෝමි
தொலைக்காட்சியில் செய்தி அறிவிப்புக்காக ஷமிந்த குணரத்ன மற்றும் RM ஷிரோமி ரத்நாயக்க.
Come on people, put your hands together louder. So we have joint winners for the Presidential Media Awards 2025 Outstanding Teams. වසරේ ප්‍රශස්ත ප්‍රවෘත්ති ඉදිරිපත් කිරීම ඉංග්‍රීසි මාධ්‍ය සඳහා වූ 2025 ජනාධිපති මාධ්‍ය සම්මානයෙන් මෙවර පිදුම් ලබන්නේ ChannelEye Charita Minipura Arachi.
ஆண்டின் மிகச்சிறந்த ஆங்கில செய்தி அறிவிப்புக்கான 2025 ஜனாதிபதி ஊடக விருதை பெறுபவர் ChannelEye 2023 செப்டம்பர் 15ஆம் தேதி ஒளிபரப்பு.
Chaminda Gunaratna, Shiromi Ratnayaka, Charita Minipurarachi. 3 names which have made the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation's news division enormously proud. So we have with us Charita Minipurarachi, the winner of this year's Best News Reading for the English category. A very warm welcome to you, Charita. So nice to have you in the studios, and just to give a brief about how we are feeling right now and what exactly you felt yesterday when you took the award.
Thank you, Sonal, and thank you, Sharifa. It's been a privilege to speak like this, because usually we sit over there and report news, and thank you very much for the welcome. And also I would like to say, so happy and so glad are ordinary answers. But I like to say that this award belongs to each and every one of us, the entire ChannelEye Rupavahini team, because although I was presented with this award, I would like to say that this award belongs to each and every one of us, because the credibility of reporting and everything, so that Rupavahini gave me, it's like a university. And I would like to say that I was nominated for the best program presenter and the best news reader, and was awarded with the title the best news reader. This is my 3rd award, and the one and only award for news, and one and only presidential award.
Well, we are very proud of you, Charita. So speaking of which, and you did mention that it's a proud moment for the whole institution, and you wanted to dedicate the award for everyone here, as we have always been with you as Rupavahini. So speaking of that, well, being a part of the national television is actually very proud moment for everyone, and also we feel really, really great about being a part of the national television as a family. So tell us a little bit about your journey here.
It's my 7th year at Rupavahini, and I'm really proud because I had a wonderful team, each and everyone helping each other. And also I would like to mention, Sharifa, when I was getting the award, Clifford Richards with the compere, so he was the gentleman who stood behind me since the very beginning, and he gave me all these opportunities, and I would like to mention him, and I would like to pay my respect to Clifford Richards for selecting me and also forwarding me, and Mr. Prasad Kaushale Dodangudage, news director, English expert journalist. So thank you very much, sir. And also Mr. Yoga behind the screen. So once and every day when I'm coming to read the news, in a training period, so he was always giving me wonderful opportunities to dub this, dub that, and just to read these a big file of papers. So I would like to thank each and every one of them, and all my colleagues, all the seniors and juniors, and everyone helped me. So each and every day I learned something. I would like to rather say I might not be talented, but I was humble to learn from each and everyone. So I think that paved the way for me to clinch this award.
Absolutely, Charita. So who has been your support system? It's not just all of us here at Rupavahini, as you mentioned, and tell us who has been your support system all throughout, because you are hustling between different other things, right? So this is not the only thing you do. So managing time and all that is not easy, but you still make it a point to come to Rupavahini. You still make it a point to be a part of the national television family. So who has been your immense support system all throughout?
Yes, and I would like to remind my parents, my brother and my sister and my loving wife for all the support and courage given, and also my colleagues, and each and everyone helped me in this endeavor, and my university colleagues and my work colleagues, and all these people I would like to remind at this special moment. And I would like to say once again, the entire Rupavahini team gave me support, gave me strength, because behind the screen, Sharifa, as you all know, we had wonderful people, the cameramen, the people who wears the earpiece and the typist. Each and every one of us has given us strength, because we just come, read here and appear in front of the television, in front of the camera. The makeup artist, if I would say names, there would be a lengthy list. So my family and everyone at Rupavahini, I would like to dedicate my award, our award, at this moment.
Well, once again, Charita, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And keep shining.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And
award dedicated for Rupavahini.
thank you very much. And with that, we will be moving on to a short break. We'll be back with more news.
என் அண்ணாதான் என்ன பள்ளிக்கூடத்துக்கு கூட்டிட்டு போனாரு. மழைக்கு கூட என்னோட அண்ணாவை நிறுத்த முடியல. ஏன் வெயிலால கூட அது சாத்தியமாகல. தங்கத்தை விட நீங்க தான் அண்ணா எனக்கு பெருமதியானவர்.
உங்கள் தேவைக்கான அதிகபட்ச உதவி. கமர்ஷியல் கிரெடிட் ரன்னயர். பொன்னான வாழ்க்கைக்காக.
Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Welcome back. We move on to more local stories. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya says that it is a timely need to create a professional journalist who is aware of the responsibility and accountability of his duty.
The Prime Minister made these remarks participating at the ceremony to distribute certificates to the students who completed the first certificate course at the ITN campus. The ITN campus has provided opportunities for students to follow courses on technology and journalism. The first batch of this institute received the certificates at this ceremony held in the Colombo Foundation Institute. Minister of Health and Mass Media Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa, Secretary to the Ministry Dr. Anil Jasingha, Chairman of the ITN Priyantha Vedamulla and many others were present at this occasion. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya says that this is not only a milestone of a student's private educational life, but also an important mark in creating an excellent generation of journalists. They should be pioneers in responsible digital storytellers. Contribution of journalists is very much significant for the development objectives of a country. Students of journalism must become a creative citizen who can compete head-on with international journalists. The Prime Minister added that she wishes the country will be full of creative and accountable set of journalists in the near future.
Launching of Raigam Telly's 2025 was held in Colombo yesterday. The awarding night is scheduled to be held in Colombo on the 28th of March next year. This event has been organized to introduce the lineup of the Raigam Telly's 2025 awarding ceremony. The ceremony will be held next year for the 22nd occasion. Accepting applications and creations relevant to the year 2025 will end on the 15th of January next year. The ceremony to declare the recommended names will be held on the 27th of February next year at the Water's Edge Hotel in Battaramulla. The exchanging of sponsorship tokens of the awarding ceremony was also conducted at this occasion. Chairman of the Raigam Holdings, Dr. Ravi Denage, said that the company annually spends a sum of 50 million rupees for this event. It has been able to build up a culture in nominations of an awarding ceremony. This awarding ceremony is now of high esteem. Senior Director of the Raigam Holdings, Ganak Amarasinghe, said that although 3 names have been recommended for an award, only one is selected. However, all the 3 recommended artists are of similar capacity of their talents. The Raigam Telly's awarding ceremony has also taken measures to offer prizes for them as well. Another stage of the series of Arogya Mobile Health Clinic was held today at the Government Press. Program of the Arogya Mobile Health Clinic commenced at the Government Printing Department. This medical service was implemented free of charge for the benefit of over 1,200 employees in the department.
A short film competition being held under parallel competition sector of the International Media Conference to prevent climatic actions and disasters was held today at the ChannelEye Rupavahini Corporation premises. A large number of short films had been received for this competition held under the open categories. It was organized under the theme Pivituru Harita Suraki Hetak. These films were judged with the participation of a veteran board of judges throughout the day today at the National Film Corporation premises.
Special discussion between the Government Medical Officers Association and Minister Dr. Nalinda Jathasa was held at the Health Ministry yesterday. The GMOA presented the new set of proposals to maintain the excellent standards of the health sector to the Minister at this meeting. This discussion has been organized under the special request made by the GMOA. The representatives of the association informed the Minister regarding their professional problems in achieving the duty. They also enlightened the Minister over the problems pertaining to the human and physical resources in the hospital network and other health institutions. Focusing the attention to the matters presented by the doctors, the Minister stated that he will consider to solve these problems immediately following the discussion with the Ministry of Finance and other relevant institutions. Well, that's it on Local Stories. We'll be back with news overseas. We move on to news overseas now. Ukraine's military is struggling to hold its ground in the south. Russian forces have intensified their offensive in the Zaporizhzhia region, pushing Ukrainian troops to withdraw from several villages. Heavy fighting is also reported in the strategic city of Pokrovsk. Ukraine's top military commander says the situation in parts of southern Zaporizhzhia has significantly worsened after Russian forces captured 3 settlements and forced Ukrainian troops to pull back from 5 villages. The withdrawals came after the army called the de facto destruction of all shelters and fortifications following thousands of Russian artillery shells raining down on their positions. Videos published by Russian war bloggers show Moscow's troops advancing through fog, riding motorcycles and trucks as they push deeper into Ukrainian territory. General Alexander Seresky said poor weather conditions had allowed Russian troops to infiltrate Ukrainian lines, but claimed that every meter of land was costing Russia hundreds of military lives.
2 deadly explosions in the capitals of India and Pakistan have rattled the region. A blast near Delhi's Red Fort killed 13, while a suicide attack in Islamabad left 12 dead and many others injured. Both countries have launched investigations amid heightened security alerts. In Delhi, forensic teams continue to comb through the charred remains of a car that exploded near the Red Fort metro station, a busy area filled with tourists and street vendors. Authorities say they recently recovered large stocks of explosives from a nearby city and are now investigating whether there is any connection to the blast. Multiple agencies, including the National Investigation Agency and forensic departments, are jointly probing the incident as police in several states intensify security operations. Across the border, Pakistani officials say a suicide bomber detonated explosives in the parking area of Islamabad's judicial complex, an area that rarely sees such attacks due to heavy security. 12 people were killed and more than 20 others injured in what is now the deadliest strike in the city since 2008. A splinter faction of the Pakistani Taliban has claimed responsibility, though the main group has denied involvement as both nations tighten security and investigators search for answers. The twin blasts have raised new concerns over regional stability and the return of urban violence to 2 of South Asia's most heavily guarded capitals.
More on foreign news. Protests have broken out at the COP30 climate summit in Brazil. Demonstrators, many from indigenous groups, stormed the venue in the Amazon city of Belém, leading to a rare security breach at a United Nations event.
Protesters carrying signs reading "Our forests are not for sale" broke through security lines at COP30 UN climate talks in Belém, Brazil. BBC journalists reported seeing UN security staff running alongside Brazilian soldiers as they urged delegates to evacuate. The UN says 2 security staff were slightly injured and damage to the venue was limited. Videos show indigenous demonstrators in traditional dress chanting, kicking down doors and tussling with security. The protesters were stopped after crossing the first security barriers. The incident is now being investigated by the UN and Brazilian authorities. All 20 personnel on board a Turkish military C-130 aircraft have died after it crashed in Georgia, close to the Azerbaijan border. The incident is Turkey's deadliest military accident since 2020. The plane crashed shortly after taking off from Ganja, Azerbaijan, about 5 kilometers from the Georgian border. The aircraft sent no distress signal before disappearing from radar. Turkish investigators working with Georgian authorities have begun examining the wreckage to determine the cause. Senior Labour MPs are expressing concern over divisions within Keir Starmer's government, following reports of internal briefings and tensions at Downing Street. Despite the unrest, Starmer has secured a major UK-US tech deal focused on AI, nuclear and quantum computing, and announced plans to scrap the controversial 2-child benefit cap to reduce child poverty.
Well, moving on to sports news now. Pakistan won the first match of the 3-match one-day international series between Sri Lanka and Pakistan by 6 runs yesterday.
The match was played at the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium in Pakistan. Invited to bat first, by Sri Lanka after winning the toss. Pakistan scored 299 runs for the loss of 5 wickets in their 50 overs. Top scorer for Pakistan, Salman Ali Agha, scored a knock of fine 105 runs not out. Hussain Thalat scored 62. In bowling, Wanidhu Hasaranga claimed 3 wickets. Chasing a victory target of 300 runs, Sri Lanka could only score 293 runs for 9 wickets in their allotted 50 overs. Wanidhu Hasaranga was the top scorer for Sri Lanka with 59 runs, while Kamil Mishara added 33 runs.
Now this should be taken.
And that sums up the news we have for you tonight. Join us same time, same place tomorrow as well. It's me, Sonal, alongside Sharifa. Have a very good night.
Have a pleasant night.